Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, respected class 6 examiners, Bapak Zulfianto SSMA PhD, Bapak Ayeli SSMA Info, and also Ibu Silvalioni SMMO. So first of all, I want to say thank you so much for taking the time to review my thesis draft. Your feedback has been very helpful, and I really appreciate all your suggestions and also the correction. Now let me explain the change I've made based on your feedback. First, we start based on Mr. Zulfianto recommendation letter. In abstract terms, I'm sorry for using the wrong terms in the abstract, like state and keadaan. This happened because I used Grammarly and it suggested does word, and I didn't check them carefully, so I fixed this now and replace them with the correct SFL term. This is circumstances you can see in the change in the revised in the abstract. And also the second point is too many tables. Thank you for pointing out that I use too many tables. I understand now that boxing analysis in SFL shouldn't be in the table 4. I've removed those tables and made the change. And I've also updated the list of the table like that. All the table I've been fixed at. And the next is about my first research question. My first research question was not clear. I've rewritten it to focus on finding transitivity structure in the speeches. So the updated version is on page 5. What are the transitivity structure of dictionary used in his pages? And the next one is thank you for reminding me to include the 3 pages in the thesis title. I've changed the title to make this clearer. And the next one is about method section. I fixed the method section to use the simple past tense instead of the simple future tense like the recommendation that you give, and the changes are in the page 11 that you can see up there. And also in the data coding, and I've removed section 2.2 as you suggested, and I've also added coding for the speeches, including sentence and also the close number. So this is now explained in the data collection section on the page like this. And I analyzed the most of the data at the close level, but for some parts or have a special case, like a variation also the phenomenon, I used the sentence level. I've added this reason to an explanation in the method section in the page 11. Right. And actually, I delete 2.2 because I'm revised my thesis as um department give the guideline. And also in the second research question, I'm sorry for not making the answer to the second research question clear in the chapter 3. And I fixed this by putting the findings for research question 1 in section 3.1, and also the research question 2 for the section of in the section 3.2. And we come next for Bapak IND recommendation letter. I want to say thank you for your detailed feedback and the guidance actually. So let me know, explain the changes I've made based on your feedback. The first one is about transitivity system and also the transitivity structure. So thank you for pointing out the distinction between the transitivity system and also the transitivity structure. After carefully reviewing how these work, I understand that the transitivity system refers to the paradigmatic choice. For example, selecting process type like material, mental, or relational,
while the transitivity structure refers to syntagmatic arrangement of process, participant, and also the circumstances in a clause. While I acknowledge the importance of transitivity system, and I have chosen to focus on the transitivity structure in my analysis. So this is because my research aims to examine what interpretation can be drawn by the research finding and can shape the meaning through the realization of meaning in a clause structure. So specifically in uh, what we can be in interpretation by process, participant, and all the circumstances are arranged in close to represent experience. So the translative structure allows me to analyze the grammatical framework and configuration of this element, which aligns closely with my research objective. I made sure to clarify this distinction in my classes and have revised the word to ensure the consistency. So thank you for this valuable insight as it has helped me to strengthen the theoretical foundation of my work like that. Thank you so much, sir. And the next one is about figure and also the table. Thank you for explaining the difference between figures and also the tables. I've revised my thesis to ensure that figures no longer included titles in the first column, while tables do. This change can be seen in the updated section of my thesis. In here, there are many lists of tables and are also displayed the title of the table in the end. And the next one is about clause analysis and second layer for verbiage and also the phenomenon. So while the analysis mainly operates at the clause level, certain participants such as phenomenon and verbiage are analyzed at sentence level. So this is because this is because phenomenon and verbiage often extend beyond a single clause and involving broader semantic units that cannot be fully captured when divided. So by analyzing this participant at the sentence level, I ensure a more accurate and comprehensive understanding of the portrayal meaning in the speech. That side, I also include the second layer of analysis for dependent clauses, particularly for verbiage and also the phenomenon in the mental process in the appendix, like that. And this is the before. This is like this example. This additional analysis can provide further depth analysis, but I still count these elements as a verbiage and a phenomenon in the main analysis. And also, the fourth point is to infinitive and circumstance of purpose. So, thank you for clarifying that to infinitive do not count as circumstances of purpose. I'm really sorry, I have a mistake there. I corrected this in my analysis and adjust in the percentage and result of the table. And this is the is before and after. I revised that. I also add the interpretation that I drawn. Maybe that's all from Bapak INB. And next we come to Mrs. Silva Leone's recommendation letter. So first of all, I want to say thank you for detailed feedback and guidance. But let me know, explain the changes I've made based on your feedback, ma'am. So this is about UK position as an active ally. So actually, thank you for pointing out the need to clarify the UK's position as an active ally in abstract, and I've revised this to specify to specify that the UK is an active ally of Israel, not the Palestine. So this is aligned with Britannia's long-standing foreign policy, where the PCO is Foreign Commonwealth Office, has focused on maintaining good relationship with Arab countries, while the Prime Minister office has been more supportive of Israel. You can see like this history by Spire at 2004. So the UK's portrayal of Israel as a victim while describing terrorist act and ambiguous terms is a part of broader strategy to balance its relationship with both Israel and also Arab. So I also add the history or political policy tendencies, and we can see in here at page 89 and also until 90. And the next one is use of terms state. I'm sorry, this is the same combination with Bapak Job. And I've revised them, use the term of state in the abstract and replace it with the circumstances to align with a systemic functional linguistic terminology. So this correction can be seen in the update abstract. And the next one is how I can clarify the research grid context in introduction. So actually, thank you for highlighting the need to clarify the statement in the introduction. The research above differs from this research. I think it's typo, and I've revised this section provide a clear explanation of how my research differs from previous study. So this can be found on the page 3 and also of the revised draft. Revised draft. And the next one is answering question 2 in chapter 3 and methodology. I've revised research question 2 better. So reflect how transitivity what interpretation can be drawn by research finding that finds in the transitivity structure in the Sunak? So, in chapter 3, I've addressed this section, the second research question being the section in the 3.2, where I analyze how what the interpretation can be drawn by the arrangement of the process participant and also circumstances. And Sunak's speeches reflects his message about Israel and also the Palestine conflict. And in the methodology section, I've added an explanation and of how I approach this analysis. So specifically, I examine the grammatical structure of clauses to uncover patterns in how Sunak frames the conflict, emphasizing security, terrorism, and also as a UK's role as an ally of Israel. So this can be found in the page 77. And the last one is, thank you for asking about the classification of the 3 speeches as war on terror speeches. So this classification is not merely my claim, but it's supported by specific indicators. So these speeches focus on terrorism as a major threat, justify government action to combat terrorism. And this is emphasize security measure to protect citizens. And also, in his speeches, Sunak discusses the dangers of terrorism, the need for action, and also the UK's role in supporting its allies. So he frames terrorists as enemies in a broader conflict, which is common feature of war on terror speeches. And also this is support by article or by researcher McMahon in 2006. So I've added this explanation to the data collection section on the page 8. I think that's all my presentation about what I have revised based on my recommendation letter in Sam has. I thank you so much for the suggestion and also the correction. I'm really happy to do that and thank you for being my examiners, Bapak Zuprianto, Bapak Ayuni, and also Bu Sofaliani. That's all from me. I'm Raisa Tanjia Noori. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.